So good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Jacqueline.
I'm Miles. I'm from Half Moon Bay Marine Electrical. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah, lovely that you're here.
Thank you.
I have some questions about my battery since I've been sailing around the Pacific for a while.
Yeah, not a problem.
And because of the higher temperatures, people tell me that that could be a problem. So what's your opinion about that? I just discovered that only 25% of the people who watch my videos are subscribers, and subscribing is free, and you would do me a favor and help me. So if you could subscribe, that would be lovely. So good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Lovely that you're here.
Thank you.
I have some questions about my battery since I've been sailing around the Pacific for a while.
Yeah, not a problem.
And because of the higher temperatures, people tell me that that could be a problem. So what's your opinion about that?
My opinion is that the temperature is definitely a huge factor in the longevity of your battery. The simply 10 degrees temperature difference can be the difference of about half your battery lifespan.
Right.
So going from say 25 to 35 degrees ambient temperature can reduce your battery lifespan by up to half of what you expect to see from it.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's good to have you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what did you bring? You got all kinds of stuff.
We got two different testers. So this is a capacity tester.
Yeah.
It draws a known current of 80 amps.
Yeah.
And it times how long it's drawing that 80 amps for and measures the voltage.
Right.
So this will drain your house batteries down to about 10.5 volt, and then it'll turn itself off. And based on how long it's drawn, say 60 minutes, 80 amps for 60 minutes is 80 amp hours.
Yeah.
So simple math there.
Yeah.
So if we were drawing 80 amps for 120 minutes, you'd double that.
Yeah.
For 2 hours, so that'd be 160 amp hours. So this will tell us how much amp hours are left in your battery bank, house battery bank.
Right.
Over here, we got a load tester.
Yep.
Now on the load tester, we got this meter here.
Yeah.
And as we crank this knob, that needle will increase, and we'll increase that up to roughly what the CCA is.
Yeah.
And we'll monitor the voltage here, and we'll 12 volt bank.
Yeah.
Yep. So that needle will read the top, that middle scale.
Yeah.
12 volt, and we'll get that down to about the 21 degree mark. So just above that.
Yeah. And what's the CCA?
CCA is the cold cranking amps.
Yeah.
So that's what battery manufacturers use to rate your batteries.
Okay.
So your cold cranking amps is usually a scale of double what your actual current is. So we like to say if you've got 800 CCA, you're around the 400 amps draw mark. That's what you could safely draw from your battery for about 15 seconds.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
So we'll find out, we'll look at your batteries, find out what the rated specs of the manufacturers say, and we will do some tests and compare to see what life you've got left in your batteries.
Great. Well, let's go look at it. Thanks.
More often because they're not being abused as much, but batteries that are being used daily, I'd expect sort of about 4 years out of them. Yeah. And sort of after that, it can be any amount of time there.
Yeah. And like you said, the warranty is like 2 years. So
in
that's
New Zealand,
that's,
the warranty
that's a minimum.
2 years. So that's a minimum we expect out of any of our batteries.
Yeah.
Depending on the brand and model and environment and use.
Yeah, of course.
Sort of after that can be dictated, but I like to see at least 4 years out of a battery. If it's under 4 years, I sort of get concerned and start querying, well,
what's happening?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you put new batteries in, you get the same problem probably.
Yeah, and 4 years is not a huge amount of time.
So what's happening with the batteries?
Okay, so I just tested it to see what my needle was. Yeah. Fortunately, my needle's not sitting flush, but
what's that?
if we look here.
Yeah.
looking at this line here, I just sort of crank up that needle.
Yeah.
Till I get to the
red place.
About the 10 volt mark.
Yeah.
And I see what I'm drawing. It's about 480 or so.
Yeah.
I like that cert. And I've already done it once, so it's going to be a bit flatter. But you heard the beep before.
Yeah.
And that was just a 15-second timer. So now I'm going to write down
the output of the...
Yep. Everything. I'll just write it in my notes so that I've got it.
Yeah.
And see the voltage.
Yeah, so you connected it to the shunt?
Yeah. So I've connected the tester through the shunt, so we can see that currently there's next to nothing being drawn from it.
Yeah.
And when I press the start, we should see 78 amps, 77. So it'll fluctuate depending on the voltage. See what the voltage is at. So it's still saying 12.8. Can I get my multimeter out my bag? Just this yellow one here.
Yep. I covered the solar panels so that they will not charge the batteries while we're draining the batteries.
It's definitely 12.9, a little bit lower. 11.9. So it's about 0.2 volt difference, but kind of what you just expect to see though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Just because of how well I can clamp onto the sides.
Yeah.
But that'll still give us a relative reading, enough to give us a good idea of the health condition of the batteries.
Yes.
And we can see, if I go to here, we're drawing about 72 amps.
Yeah.
So we'll say that roughly 70 amps an hour. And this will start beeping after either when the battery gets to 10.5 volts, or it's been running for, I think it's about 230 minutes, 240 minutes, which would be about 3-4 hours, 4 hours or so. So yeah, so either after 4 hours or 10.5 volts, the machine will turn off.
Okay.
And it'll tell us how long it's been running for.
Okay.
And we'll multiply that by in hours. We'll multiply that by 70 to figure out how many amp hours we've drawn. Your batteries, you've got 130 amp hours, you got 2 of those, so your theoretical is 260.
Yeah.
We say you usually only get 60% amp hours out of that.
Right.
Or 60% of the actual capacity.
Yeah.
So 60% of 260, we'd probably be looking at about 180 amp hours, roughly. So then we divide that by 70, so that's what 1, 2, should be about 270 is 140. So 2.5 hours probably.
Okay.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So this will run for 150 minutes. We should see out of this.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be what I roughly expect to see out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we'll know more.
Yeah. Once this finishes, we'll know. We'll read the timing and we'll compare it to what I've just said.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we get.
Great. Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah. The battery tester just shut down. So now we're gonna see the results. So what's happening next?
Okay, so it lasts for 102 minutes.
Yeah.
And while it's not bad, I don't think it's okay. Because they should be like 140 minutes.
Right.
So anyway, we'll take that information back and think about the next move.
Process it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. So.
So it says 102.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Conclusion of the test is that it ran 102 minutes, and that should be 140 minutes. That means that it's down to 75% of its capacity, and within a year that will probably about 50%. So 35 degrees of temperature halves the battery life, and my starter battery is okay. Yeah, that's another investment in new house batteries, but better investing right now than being in the Indian Ocean and out of batteries, having no plotter and or steering capacity for the tiller pilot. So yeah, let's go forward. I'm on my way to Half Moon Bay Electrical to see them and to talk about what they do and did for my boat. Hello. Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah.
So lovely to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Happy your boat's all ready to go? Ready to head offshore?
Ready to go, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here for sailors and other people with boats?
Well, we're at Half Moon Bay here. We do all the marine electrical on the boats here and all over Auckland really, and especially overseas boats that come here to get a bit of work done, avoiding the tropical season in the islands. So it's yeah, we look after anything with a wire on the boat, from batteries, alternators, electronics, communications. Yeah,
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's very important that that is like running correctly, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And we understand the needs of offshore sailors.
Yeah.
Most of the guys here have done a lot of sailing, a lot of them done a lot of offshore, so they know what's required, so they know how to get a boat ready and
Wonderful.
robust and reliable. That's what we want.
Yeah, well, that's very good to hear, and I'm very happy with the work you did for me, like the battery stress testing. Can you tell me something about that, why we did that?
Well, obviously batteries, as they get older, they start to wear out, if you like, lose capacity. So we just do a capacity test and a load test, just to check the state of the batteries and make sure they're still good to go, so you're not going to have problems when you get up in the islands.
Yeah, exactly, and everything is reliable or reliant on the electrical system, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And
You
obviously,
can have a satellite phone, but if your batteries are not functioning within like a day, you're out of capacity.
absolutely, the batteries, the heavy DC, the charging, that's the backbone of your system. If that fails, you're like you say, your electronics aren't going to work, all the nice things.
Exactly.
You've got to have that power coming in
Yeah.
and stored correctly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for helping me out to get my boat back on its
You're
feet.
welcome.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. A special thanks to all my patrons. If you want to become a patron, it's patreon.com/loveworks. Or for monthly or one-time donations through PayPal, it's paypal.me/loveworks. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon!